Welcome back, my kindred, to Canada by Night, a Vampire the Masquerade live play podcast. The coterie found themselves facing the logistical challenges of deposing a prince. Matthew Theobald took over relocating the families of the daytime officers. Val took Evangeline's suggestion of using the hospital holding cells to protect Will. And Everett and Evangeline accepted the expertise of Veron Ferron to arrange safe spaces from the silver nitrate. Nosferatu tech expert Unity Castille arrived on the scene. But even with many capable minds working together, will they pull off their grand deception? Find out now as we return to the world of darkness.
The tech team is in place. Will has been ensconced with his computers and his other various tech-related but not food-related items at the hospital. The toreadors are decorating. You have a plan that has been loosely put into place, ready for the following night. Once you return from the hospital stretch, you're back. You have the station. The Val Miller Family Protection Building is across the street. You all have these final hours of the night to plan to put into place anything that you want for the department or for anyone else. Everett, you'd mentioned the possibility of texting. Is there anything else anyone wants to discuss, plan, etc., or is this just waiting those last few hours knowing that tomorrow this all kicks off?
Knowing now that we're going to be doing this in a specific apartment space that is being decorated or maybe even finished decorated by Veron Ferron, Everett wants to get into that space and ask resident manhunter Val Miller, like, how would you do it? Like, this is you in this space with your target and X number of bodyguards. How would you do it? To give us a sense of how we can make this happen. We don't know how many bodyguards he has, but since it's just us, the deputy department, we're going to be outnumbered.
I was going to say,
the element of surprise is key here.
I was going to say,
yeah.
Why don't we say this scene will take place then in that third floor room, having radioed
Perfect.
for them to meet you there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is a traditional apartment. It's got 2 bedrooms off to the side that have their own doors to close. There is a kitchen that is in a separate area and a large square central room with a window at the back, though that has been covered in curtains so that various cameras and lights can be put into place to make this a ceremonial space worthy of a video revealing a prince celebrating Everett Fry Day. You know there is an apartment directly above it and an apartment below. This is a sturdy building. These are concrete walls at the exterior of these, so solid floors, very solid ceilings. It gives a certain amount of privacy. Having lived in a variety of different apartment buildings myself, generally the ones with the more solid walls, you have less bleed of sound from other areas. So with the thick doors and the general reinforced areas here, you do have a certain amount of sound protection if the door is closed into this space. The door itself opens directly into the large part of the apartment, the larger kind of open space area. The cameras are set up facing inwards. There are lights in place. That is what you're looking at in terms of this apartment. But if you want to talk tactics, you're now in the right place to do so. All the toreadors that are working have been kind of pulled back and out of the room, but it's okay if they overhear this conversation.
Yeah.
They're on board. You can see as they're hanging draperies, they're keeping all of the sprinkler system heads fully freed. In a way that is not apparent they are doing so.
Okay.
They've randomized and done some asymmetrical patterns of things hanging down and going back up to the roof, and you realize the pattern itself obscures the fact. It doesn't just look like, a line of sprinkler heads and everything else is covered. It's all built in quite artfully in a way that the average person would not spot unless they knew to look for sprinkler heads.
Okay. Well, this is just about what it's going to look like tomorrow night, Miller. I was curious, how would you go about taking down a target in a room like this with unknowable number of bodyguards?
Yeah, usually you get more recon and know exactly how many targets you're dealing with, but we'll just have to make do with what we have. Was there a room that the sprinklers aren't going to be in that we need to get to after this?
Nope, this is the one. And then we've got Veron Ferron's special fabric, as he called it. It's going to basically have liquid slick off of it, so we carry those out over our heads into the hallway, get out of the building fast as we can. We should be protected.
You can see at the edges of the room and along the walls, there are hanging purple tapestries with black lace and string at the bottom. Val, if you go over and feel one of them, you can see the back of it that is not exposed to the room is a plastic rubber solid compound. So it would be the equivalent of wrapping yourself in a plastic blanket, but looks-wise, it looks great in the room. You're strong, and you can see that it's not mounted terribly efficiently. This is a TV setup. It looks good. It does not need to last more than 24 hours. With a yank, you would have one of these down and be able to just pull it over your head pretty easily.
Great. And then Val will look at that and be like, well, we definitely want each of us standing under these. She's looking at just positions on the floor and where all that is. Otherwise, I mean, you could probably call it right as you're giving him the steak when he's paying attention to that or looking it over. Or,
have his hands occupied by holding it.
That's what I would say.
Okay.
It'd be a good distraction.
All right.
And then you could lock down the building.
Yep.
Turn on the sprinkler system.
Bart should be watching from the camera feed with Unity, who I've met, by the way.
Do I know this name?
Roll me. Oh, no, you know most of the important players in town. Unity Castille is a Nosferatu who's known for tech expertise. So this is somebody that if the Nosferatu are sending someone out for a favor, 1010 likes to send Unity because Unity is pleasant and very, very good. So I don't think you've dealt a ton with Unity personally, per se, and definitely not in any kind of criminal cases.
Just know of.
Unity is a known thing. You'd recognize Unity if you saw her at a Camarilla event, if everyone was called together.
Yep.
From what you've heard, she's pleasant. You would have no reason to be rude if she showed up and talked at the department. She'd be somebody that you treat pretty respectfully until she gave you a reason not to.
Yeah, I think, if anything, that it bodes well because the fact that the Nosferatu, we owe them a favor because of what Evangeline said, but she's still being very polite and nice. It's like, good. That's a good sign that she sent Unity.
Yeah, I heard she's the best, so.
That's what I've heard, too.
Yeah, so
right.
Bart will be watching, and he and Unity are going to basically be able to call when we cut the feed. It'll be on a delay for everyone outside, so they won't have any idea something bad has happened to Toasterosa until, hopefully, it's already done.
Yeah, it all sounds like everything's in place as well as it can be. It's just a question of those bodyguards and, well, we're going to have the daytime officers with us as backup in the building, right?
In the building, yeah. In this room, I have a feeling Toasterosa is going to want to pack it with as many of his people as possible and keep our deputies out in the hall. So we've shrunk the room down, meaning that any kind of bodyguard spillover is going to be up to the deputies to basically finish them off after the silver nitrate does the initial, I would assume, shock damage.
Right.
It's going to be like, hell, I had a cloud of this shit go off in my face back at that psychopath's house. It's like acid.
Right.
It burns, and under a constant shower of it, yeah, they'd probably melt, but these are going to be hard, mean son of a guns. But
okay, I just want to make sure I understand on the storyteller side, because right now it's being discussed like sprinklers are going off everywhere. Is the sprinkler in this room going off, or is the sprinkler in this room deactivated so this room won't have the silver nitrate in it?
My understanding was that the sprinkler would not be going off, and we had the fabric on the walls for us to leave while the sprinklers are going on elsewhere, but I could be wrong.
No, that makes sense to me. I just want to make sure, because if the sprinklers are going off elsewhere and aren't in this room, then the sprinklers probably won't kill the people in this room because it's being sprayed down. I just wanted to make sure that was clear.
I was
there
on
was
the opposite
confusion in
end.
this
That's
conversation.
where I was backwards. I thought,
but then I could
sprinklers
also
in
be
the
wrong.
entire
Like,
place.
you might have
That's
the
what
right.
I just wanted to point out that I was hearing a disconnection. I'm like, a discussion to lock this down, because either strategy is totally viable.
It was
I just want
also
to make sure people are
my
on the same.
understanding was sprinklers everywhere else to take out everyone except for the people in this room, and then deal with these people in a more confined space, and then make our escape.
I'm not going to have anybody roll a wits and awareness. You all suddenly realize you are thinking about different plans.
Oh, okay, that's way different. I was thinking you would sprinkler this room and just fry Toasterosa right away.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that puts us in pretty serious peril. I know he's probably going to want one of us to hand the thing over to him, probably me. So I'm going to be in the middle of the room with him. I'm going to get tagged, and, it is what it is. Maybe it's worth it. I've been hit with it before, but...
Well, I mean, if you want to just... the other option is, fucking stash weapons in this room. go hard on them, and if any escape, then they can get nailed by the silver and the officers. Because otherwise, we will be running out of this room past officers, 25 of them with silver bullets, and us covered in shit, not able to see who's who. We don't want that.
Got it, right. Yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of, we create like a kill box here with no silver nitrate raining down on us. But you're the bounty hunter. What makes more sense to you?
No, I get it. That makes sense. It's just a matter of we don't need to leave the room right away or run unless we're overpowered by everyone in the room. So, if anything, we could make sure some of the officers have blood on them. So if we go down, they can get in there, clean it up, and maybe bring us back if we're not completely dead.
Right, smart. That's a good idea. Okay, we'll have to make sure the daytime crew are carrying some extra blood packs on them.
Mm-hmm.
I'll need kindred blood, and y'all don't need any kind of special blood like I do, right?
No, that's a
no.
That's a Ventrue thing.
Right, yeah, okay. My thing is vampire blood. Did y'all know that? Does that matter?
Yeah, I knew it.
Okay.
You're lucky you're in New Haven.
I am.
Is that like a weird thing?
It turns out it kind of is, yeah.
Oh, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyway. So everyone's sorted on blood. Great. I like your idea for storing weapons. What do you recommend? Shotguns for we're in an enclosed space. I mean, I don't want us tagging each other, but what do you suggest?
Well, we could do guns, we could do stakes, we could do just more silver in here.
Okay. We'd need it's a ceremony. Will he care that we're wearing gloves for handling silver?
That's the question too. If Dostarosa will let us near him, we have stakes on our belts if that's going to be a problem.
We're going to get patted down by his bodyguards if we're going to be anywhere near him, right? We can assume that?
That's a possibility, too. I mean, I don't know how far being the sheriff of New Haven really carries for him. He lacks me now, but
I know. Well,
he hated my guts just the other night, so it's very...
He could be thinking the exact same thing that you are. Get us all alone with him and then turn it around.
All right. Well, then, if that's the case, we better load this place up.
Yeah, we'll put some guns and stakes.
Okay.
So the question for you, Val, knowing that if things are tense, they kind of are, odds are you will all be disarmed before you are engaged in the prince's person. Also, he's got security forces coming with him, and they may scope out this building before he comes in. How are you going to disguise the weapons and where for people who are at least as good as you, probably worse realistically, but who are pros?
Where's the Toreadors who have been helping with this?
They are in the hallway working around. Veron Ferron is in charge of them.
Is Veron Ferron there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go walk up to Veron Ferron. Excuse me.
Yes, sorry. What do you need?
So, good job on the room upstairs. Looks
great. I would say you're in the hallway upstairs because they're still working there, so you didn't have to go far.
Yeah, good job on the room over there. I think we're going to have some last minute updates that maybe you can add in closer to the time the prince will be here.
My people know what's going on. We don't need to talk in code. What do you need?
Yeah, we're going to need to stash some weapons in there, but we can't, if they end up scoping out the place, we need to make sure they're not easily visible.
Okay, when you say weapons, what are you thinking? How big? How many?
3 silver stakes, the sheriff's handgun, and a shotgun.
Silver stakes I can do. The handgun I can probably do. The shotgun is more complicated.
All right, 2 handguns.
Okay, yes, I think I can do that. If I can build the silver stakes and disguise them into the light stands, which is easy enough. So
Perfect.
You can just yank out bring a light down, a stake will be in the middle you can take out. That's relatively easy. We'll have 2 backup cameras. They'll be in plastic pelican cases towards the back. I hate backups. They're always inelegant, but you need them. So we'll have those. If you break open a camera, a gun will be inside. Do you have the guns?
I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Okay.
Val goes walking back. Sheriff, give me your gun.
And just flashes of the apartment in the Malkavian building, and then just a quick like beat of like looking Val up and down, like she seems all right. And then
I asked Veron Ferron to stash them for me.
yeah, he's already bringing it out and hands it to you, like handle first over to you. Yeah.
Clark, your handgun?
Sure, yeah.
All right. And then, are you have a silver stake on you?
Yes, I do.
All right, we're going to, all three of those.
Here.
All right, and Val, how is Val going to carry these? Oh, the stakes have handles, right?
The stakes have handles,
They're
so
wrapped,
you can use
right?
them
Yeah,
as
that's
the
what I was
apartment.
like,
They have
yes.
a grip. They have a kind of rubberized grip that has been built in with the stake moving forwards out of it. So they can be wielded traditional, kind of, if you want it like tip up knife style or reverse tip down in hand. But they can be carried without gloves.
Yeah,
It would be
leather
weird to
wrapped
carry a weapon
handle.
you can't
Oh,
touch.
there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, yeah.
Val's taking those. She will hand the guns over to Veron Ferron first, and then she has her hands around the...
Just put them on the floor. We have a lot of cloth and I have a lot of helpers.
Perfect. Val, put them all on the floor. Thanks for your assist in this.
No problem. This is going to serve us all.
Exactly.
Except Tostarosa. That's kind of delicious.
That's the fucking point.
I'll put these in play.
Val goes back to the other two.
And how about you, Clark? I appreciate an outside eye on these kind of things too. What do you think of all this?
I hate not knowing.
Yep.
Maybe we can just like walk through some contingencies. Like, what if he has like 2 bodyguards? What if he has 10 bodyguards? And then we can improvise something in the middle.
2, I think we've got the element of surprise and the numbers on them. They'd have to
Right.
be maybe.
So he'll have at least 3, 1 for each of us.
I'd say at least, and I would assume highly specialized. Protecting the prince, they've got to be, well, cream of the crop of whatever his combat capabilities are. So, what? Shades, maybe? You think he's got some kind
That
of...
might be important, yeah, if he's bringing some people who know
Tremere.
magic. Obviously, he's got some... What are the shapeshift, the clan that can change what people look
Zemisi.
like? He's obviously got some Zemisi people under his wing, people who can change how vampire and flesh looks.
Oh, yeah, the flesh crafting.
That's right.
Right, okay. Okay. What do you think the odds are that we're meeting... Sorry, you just put an idea into my head. What are the odds we're meeting the real prince tomorrow night?
Do you think anyone could fake his arrogance?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, that is reassuring. He'd want the attention. He'd want the glory. He'd want the weapon.
Normally I'd make you roll for this, but again, you've dealt with the prince so much, Everett. He's also played games with you on the phone where you've asked him questions to prove he's the real prince. If you're getting along, he likely wouldn't be insulted by you playing that game in person. This is high-stakes vampire world. You could ask him questions to try to figure out if it's the real him, and he'd be fine with that. He wouldn't want you to give the stake to a fake him.
Yeah, that's what I think Everett is concluding now, but it's good to have the idea as well of like, he likes these mind games. He wouldn't necessarily mind me trying to figure out if I'm talking to the real Prince Tostarosa.
Yeah, not that you have to do it. I just wanted you to know that because you've explicitly had conversations where he has been fine with that.
I think then it's the idea of like thinking he wouldn't want a fake to be handed this very, very powerful weapon is the reassurance that Everett needs that it will be the real him tomorrow night. If tomorrow night he gets any kind of weird feelings, he also now has like comfort in the idea of like, well, at least I can try to quiz this guy and maybe that'll reveal something if it doesn't feel right. So that's kind of him addressing those 2 concerns. As for tomorrow night, we can't have any beast stuff happening. Or if it does, it has to be in the service of tearing this fucking place apart. I can't make either of you promise me that it won't happen. We're not in control of when and how it happens. But what can we do?
It looks at Val, drain someone to death.
That's you suggested it, but yeah,
No, you suggested it.
it's just a fucking fact.
I know.
Okay. Well,
Short of that.
There's nothing.
Yeah, makes it extra hairy on your end, Sheriff, because you'd have to murder another kindred.
Well, one way or another, I'm murdering kindred tomorrow, so. Okay. Is there... Oh, shit. I'm sorry. This was, it felt so frivolous and stupid and pointless. But y'all should know you're in the parade tomorrow night.
A parade?
He's bringing a parade.
What do you mean in the parade?
There's going to be floats. And I think he's going to put each one of you on your floats. He's got one for Doris, too. He doesn't know that Doris is gone.
Are we going to get shot during this parade?
That, I think, would make him look pretty bad. Shake his...
Oh, I hate this. I hate all of this.
He's going to make me sing. Yeah.
Wow.
That's fine.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, you can laugh. It's going to be embarrassing as all hell. But if he dies, it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you singing?
I don't know. He said something about Chapel Roan. I don't know who or what that is, but I got to look that up.
You're singing a Chapel Roan song.
I guess. I don't. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, what does that mean?
It's just two stone-faced people watching Evangeline process this.
No, she's great.
She's great.
Fantastic.
Okay. She's a woman. Okay. Yeah. And what kind of? Can you Yeah, go ahead. Can you help me with this, or am I fucked?
You're so fucked. Sorry, it's very funny.
All right.
It's very funny.
Could
I
you,
know it. I hope you sing. Sorry, this is not the time.
Hey, if you know, and I mean, the prince says he likes her music. What should I sing?
That's interesting that he likes her music.
He said he's
That's
listening to Chapel
fascinating.
Roan right now.
I mean,
these
she's very
days.
popular right now.
A collection of toreadors enter with different light stands. So they are setting up what we're calling the key lights, everybody, if we want to get into some vague lighting terms.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at our studio on our videos, they're the big white lights that are directly in front of us on each side of the table shining down. So they are big, they are visible, and they are different than the other supporting lights that are set up in the space.
Perfect.
The key lights are on black stands that are quickly taken down, and metal stands are put up in their place. They are made of aluminum. You can see nothing when you look at them. You can't
Nice.
see that anything is going on. But Veron Ferron walks in and points to one of the central struts and says, there, and there. It's clear you can just rip out the central strut. The light will fall, but you will have the central strut, and odds are the stake will just fall out of the bottom of it into your hand. So those are in place. Those two are the Pelican cases. 2 cameras get brought in and set down. Veron opens up the case, takes it out. It looks exactly like the bodies of the cameras you are seeing sit on the 3 tripods that are actively set up to be cameras. You can't tell the difference. It still powers on. It still powers off. It's all there. Veron looks to you and says, just don't actually need a backup camera because this thing will not film anything. Everything looks great. All the lights work. Punch it open. You're nice. You're good. Otherwise, don't need a backup camera. Veron sets it up there.
Thank you. That's great work.
No problem. Glad to assist. Let's not fuck this up.
Thank you very much.
Back to decorating. Veron's back outside yelling at the Toreador squad to make the hallway prettier.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing about having talked to the council is if Toasterosa decides to try and take a shot at us in public out in the open, it'll be all-out war probably.
Yeah, we've got the support of all the councils, so the clan leaders, so I don't think he's going to get out of here alive, but
Yeah, if we can't
I
do
wanna
it,
minimize
someone
the
probably
cost.
will.
yeah.
And if there are 10 bodyguards in this room?
If there are 10, we'll be leaning on Miller to do most of that. I mean, you and I'll do what we can, Clark, but if there's 10,
If there's 10,
hey, maybe
we leave the room. You all stay low, and we hope that the daytime squad can take out some of them. And I'll stay and fight as many as I can.
Well, maybe we do have this silver nitrate turn on here. Maybe it's a separate system.
What you might be able to do, Everett, again, these could be rolled, but it's a pretty simple idea, and you've got the teams to be able to put things in place. You've got the kind of shower head in the center
just
of
like
the
a
room.
valve to hit in the room.
I'm like, if that's been mechanically plugged instead of turned off, then smash it out of the roof, shoot it, pull it down, it'll spray.
Okay.
So you could set that up pretty easily in this room as a backup plan.
Yeah. I think best or worst of both worlds, then it doesn't go off in this room, but those pipes are going to be full of it, and we can set it off likely from inside the room.
Yeah.
We've got some of the protection up on the walls here, but if it comes to that, it's probably going to hurt.
Yeah.
Can we just close off the sprinkler heads and just shoot at them or hit them with something to open it up if we need to? Does that make sense? Just something simple?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right.
Something simple.
Yeah, you can definitely just break them open, yeah.
Okay. So we've got a bunch of options, and it's the worst kind of plan where we'll just have to fucking improvise in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it'll end up having to be. Okay. I've got a lie in mind for Doris. He doesn't know Doris is gone. I mean, she accomplished a lot last night. She made the shaft of belated dissolution. She pulled all the secrets out of Dylan Zane. She tracked down and helped us kill the right hand. Would it make sense if I said as the sheriff just pushed her too hard and she succumbed to the toll that her magic takes? I mean, is that anything?
Just confirm with you, Ryan. Is it called being a wight? What is it called when the beast completely overtakes you?
Yeah,
and
wight. W-I-G-H-T.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, when kindred lose all their humanity and are overcome by the beast, it's just called being turned into a wight. So you could tell them that happened to her.
I pushed her too hard, and one night she turned into a wight.
Yep.
And there's no coming back from that. We had to put her down, and she's been destroyed.
Yep. Vampires can't come back from that.
Okay. The question is, do I tell him now or do I tell him tomorrow night when he's got a big empty float? I should probably tell him now.
What would be the reason to tell? Like, I feel like, isn't he the kind of type of guy who just, he's like, need to know information? Or no?
Evangeline, can you roll me
I don't know.
a wits and either politics, occult, or streetwise?
They're all equally nothing. So, politics.
Sounds good.
One success.
If you don't tell him tonight, you could just have a replacement for tomorrow. I don't think I have anything more elaborate for you with one success, but the idea of like, well, we don't have to tell him now. Well, like, there's a difference between a big empty float or a float you just put someone on. You just put someone on it.
Oh. He's making a float for Doris, though, right?
Yeah.
So,
he asked y'all for what you lack. I'm sorry. I just kind of went in the moment. I tried to think of a Percy float for you and Cherry for you and just a cat with a fucking hat on it for Doris.
Okay.
Yeah, she would have fucking loved that.
Yeah.
So either we'd be like, hey, Prince, you can cancel the Doris float.
That's what I'm thinking.
Might appreciate saving some money.
That's what I'm thinking.
Even if he has a shit ton of it now. Yeah, or we surprise him. I don't think if we surprise him, he might be embarrassed.
Surprise him by saying
there's no having a Doris float and there not being a Doris.
Yeah, okay.
Would he be like embarrassed that he didn't know what was going on in the sheriff's department? Something that's significant.
Where all this kind of increased hassle has come from. Yeah, okay. I'll call him and I'll let him know. Yeah, thanks for hashing that out with me. Yeah. God, it feels like you can't plan enough, but I think we're hitting the most we can do.
Yeah.
We're running out of nighttime here.
Exactly.
All right.
You're correct. You have reached the point in planning where there's not much more you can do. The pieces are in play. The Toreadors are setting this place up. Your weapons are hidden and you know where they are located. You've got a tech expert who will be dealing with whatever comes in this evening. There are daytime crews, no question, coming in to work on these floats, to work on the various things for the parade, to set up the screens for people outside. Unity will be helping them splice it in to guarantee that the vampires who are here will be seeing it outside the building, and every single mortal in New Haven will be able to watch this broadcast. The question is, what do you do with your last hour of the night for each of you? Everett, I know you wanted to make a call to Toasterosa to let him know that Doris isn't there. Other than that, there is a shared apartment in this building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Everett goes downstairs, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Val, Evangeline, and Percy, you end up in the same apartment. It is oddly empty.
Yeah.
Teddy is not here. Will is not here.
Clark,
Yeah.
thanks for going with me over to the hospital. It was a good idea.
Yeah, of course. I mean, man, how much longer do you have to treat Will like this? This is
A little over 2 months.
ugh.
Yeah.
Sorry, that sucks.
Yeah. It fucking sucks. It fucking sucks for him.
Yeah.
Sorry about Teddy.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know you didn't tell him about stuff to like hurt me, or I know that.
No, honestly,
I get it.
he even tried to egg me on further and told me to kill him,
Yeah, I believe that.
but I just thought it would make you really upset, so I didn't do it.
Yep, would have. Thank you.
Well, but I'm sorry it ended up that way anyway. It's not... I didn't mean anything by it.
I know.
I hope Doris is right.
What?
You know, that he'll come back or whatever she said.
Or my marriage will end and I'll come into a bunch of money.
Well, she said that?
She and Marjorie did this stupid reading. It wasn't real, but it was Doris, so now maybe it was real. Fuck.
Can you roll me a wits and... Well, I don't have history. That's so annoying.
It's like Evangeline just had the realization, like she brushed it off at the time.
What do you
and
think
then,
your memory stat is?
Fuck. My memory stat?
Yes. You had wits, and then like, what's the skill that she would use to remember something? You know, just do awareness, or does something else stand out to you?
Yeah, it's probably awareness.
Yeah, roll me that.
1 success.
1 success. You can't remember exactly whether it was Doris or Marjorie who did the actual card
reading.
laying.
Right. I don't know. So, wait. Oh, shit.
What?
Either Doris did it or Marjorie did it. So
Seeing Marjorie's head in Val's mind.
fucking Schrodinger's tarot bullshit.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to know which is real or not. We just have to make our own fucking future at this point.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, money would be nice, but I think I'd rather be with Teddy.
yeah, I get it. And hopefully this plan tomorrow goes okay, then maybe the town will be back on track, and then we can sort things out with Teddy, and then you'll be fine.
Yeah. Damn it, Doris. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome, and thanks for everything you did.
Yeah. All right, well, let's...
Do you want to watch TV or whatever?
No.
No.
I don't... Nope.
Okay. Good night, Clark.
Good night, Val.
Oh, man.
Wait. She was like, wait, did you mean to get... Oh, I don't know. Okay, bye.
Oh, no.
Evangeline goes, climbs into a coffin completely alone by choice/accident.
And Val will go into her bedroom and like sit in the coffin for a bit, and she has a pile of paperwork of the daytime people, and she's doing flashcards.
Just to learn everybody's names,
Yes.
still for the department, determined to make better friends.
Yep.
In a way that Evangeline is not.
Evangeline literally thought Val was just like, do you alone want to watch
have the
TV?
TV?
Is this the
It's very
activity you
funny.
want to do?
It's not what she meant, but that's fine.
The one thing I want to ask about Evangeline's interior life in this scene is
Sure.
knowing that Teddy has successfully turned himself into a vampire using Rufus Cross's blood and not mentioning it. Is that something that's on Evangeline's mind? Is it not? There was nothing said that I felt was overtly false enough to require a deception roll.
Yeah. It is still like Evangeline can't stop thinking about that. Like talking to Val about Teddy, like it's forefront in her mind. But she's actively like thinking like, I mean, Val will find out eventually. There's nothing she can do about it. She doesn't need this information now. There's nothing she could do about it. And it would only distract her and potentially upset her right now. And we don't need that. So she's actively deciding not to tell her.
So complicated, but a definitive choice based on the options available.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Doesn't make things easy.
No.
But it makes a lot of sense. Knowing that you have said no to watching TV and have about 55 minutes left before sleep, that you have decided to go into a room that just has a coffin in it.
Yeah.
What do you do?
She looks around. Her thought was like, oh, I need to gather up my personal effects because this place is going to be potentially shot to hell and everything damaged. And then she realizes like anything of meaning to her got left behind at her house. So that she doesn't really have anything. And I think she sits for about 5 minutes kind of thinking like what to do and thinking over like everything that's been said and done. And Percy's kind of curled up on her lap. She's sitting on top of her coffin. And she's just going to call out to Val. Val?
Huh? What?
What are you doing?
Job research. Why?
Do you need help?
Not really. Fuck it. Val stands up and goes and walks to the room. What is it, Clark?
No, I just realized I don't have anything. I just don't want to fucking sit here.
That's why I fucking said we could watch TV.
Oh, I thought you were like suggesting asking me if I was gonna watch TV by myself or something.
Did I fucking say that?
I don't know. You really aggressively said, "Do you want to watch TV?" And like it was.
Yeah.
I didn't know you meant with you, like as like a way to pass the time.
Clark, do you want to fucking watch TV with me as a way to pass the fucking time?
Yeah.
Okay. You know more shit than I do, so pick something. We'll watch it. Fuck, I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
I need to know what you watch. I need to know so bad.
Do you want to get angry at people being really stupid?
Sure.
Okay. So the History Channel isn't really the History Channel anymore. They just have a bunch of shit about aliens. Do you want to watch that?
That sounds fucking crazy. Sure.
Okay. People are fucking idiots.
Val, can you roll me a wits and occult? Give yourself a +1 for your worldly experience.
Maybe some of this is real. Oh, all 3 successes. 3 successes.
You know aliens are real.
Yep, Clark,
I mean,
this
ancient aliens. Like, what the hell?
Clark, you don't... These people aren't fucking stupid. This shit.
God.
What?
This is. How are they able to put this on fucking TV? It's like spilling all the fucking secrets.
I'm sorry. What?
Clark,
You can't believe this.
Clark, what do you mean? What?
can't believe-
We're fucking kindred. We're immortals who eat fucking people. You think this is fake?
She kind of splutters. It's like, wait, no. How do you know that? Wait, what?
I've been around. I've talked to people. I'm sure Michael Arden knows about this shit too.
Ancient aliens is real. All this.
Val, not all of it, but some of it.
Yeah, no, this episode, yeah. The last one we watched, fucking bullshit. This is.
We're fast forwarding a half hour. You got through one episode.
Yeah.
Val had to tell you this after the credits rolled, and it became another. It's one of those marathon weekends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck off.
Well, what do you fucking think? You're like news reporter lady. Some weird happenings, all that shit. You think nobody else knows about it? Some of it leaks through, but then people make fun of it and they're like, "That's fucking bullshit."
But they're crazy.
Some of them fucking are, and you know what? You know what makes mortals fucking crazy? If you have to mind wipe them too many times, they start not making any fucking sense.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, if you have too many.
No.
That's why I
She's
hate
like
it.
looking at the TV, watching this program, going, no.
Yeah. No, that's why I fucking hate it when they have to do it to me on missions. It's happened from time to time.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay. She pulls
we can
up,
just
she
laugh
pulls
about
up IMDb. She looks at the synopsis of each episode that's aired. Can we just go through all? Can you just tell me
Yeah.
what's real and
Evangeline,
fuck?
can you roll me a composure and insight? I'm going to let you add 2 dice because Val is helping you go through these episode descriptions to see what's real.
Oh my god. 4 successes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
4 successes. Val can point out the things that are true as you start going through the episode things. And you start in a point of panic, being like, this is all bullshit.
No,
Everyone's crazy. The
no.
kindred control everything.
No.
And you realize the majority of episodes are wrong.
Okay.
But there are a small number of episodes that Val can point to that are real. And it actually makes sense to you when you consider the number of people who talk about like underground societies existing.
Yeah.
A small percentage are correct because vampires are real.
Yeah.
Theoretically, you know werewolves are real.
Yeah.
Ghosts are a question mark. Witches are a question mark. The Fae are a question mark. There's a lot that you're like,
Yeah.
okay, probably in some form if it's that well known. This falls into that. But as you look, you realize there's something you hadn't considered about being kindred, because 4 successes is a lot. And I'm not going to say how this emotionally affects you because that's up to you. It doesn't destroy your worldview. It doesn't destroy what you know about kind of like the laws of reality, but it does expand it. And if you are interested in continuing your journalistic investigations after you leave New Haven, there is a lot of very interesting things to learn while sifting through the truth and the falsehood and doing the things you naturally are very good at.
There's a whole segment of society that Evangeline has dismissed that has suddenly become potentially of some value in her mind.
Yeah.
And that bears consideration.
And knowing that you're going to be out there in the world
Yeah.
theoretically able to explore under your own power. There are a lot of people who have had very bad times with kindred and the Camarilla
Yeah.
who maybe need a very nice lady to show up and knock on the door and help them explain what's true and what's not.
Oh. And yeah, there's the wheels start turning in Evangeline's mind where it's like there are people who know definitively now that some of these alien experiences are real, and there's an accepted subculture of these people. It's not too different from like New Haven. And if that's like publicly available, then she's starting to see the possibility of what's happening now expanding.
And you shift from the IMDb looking at episode descriptions to pulling up the names of the experts. Then being able to start going down that rabbit hole on the couch with Val beside you as rabbit hole guide of met that guy. That one's crazy. I don't know who that is. They seem like an idiot. That person's real. I met them one time. You start compiling a list.
She's compiling
even
lists. She's compiling emails and offices. And
you find those contact
numbers,
details,
yeah.
and you're realizing there are many subcultures that could be explored once you have the time. What about ghosts? What about the Fae? What about all of these things?
This was just supposed to be something stupid to watch.
It's fucking impressive. I didn't know they made TV shows about this shit. It's crazy.
All right, we're going through all the history programs, or history channels, other programs.
Okay.
Because fuck, I need to know.
Go ahead.
All right.
And the two of you set off on a journey into the History Channel,
Yeah.
discovering that all these shows are kind of real.
And I think also because Evangeline has more humanity than Val, at a certain point, Evangeline will look over and Val's just unconscious.
This episode of Canada by Night features the voices of Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, and Laura Hamstra, alongside storyteller Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Canada by Night's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC.com. Our theme songs are What's Really Going On Right Now by Chase Allen Villas and Traffic by Kai Engel, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Cheaps by Jazzar, JAHZZAR. All of their music is available at freemusicarchive.org. Canada by Night is a spin-off of the Dum Dums and Dice series Blood and Syrup. If you want to hear about what happened to Everett before he came to New Haven, look for Blood and Syrup anywhere podcasts can be found. For all things Dum Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. Sleep well, my kindred. Sleep well in this world of darkness.
Dum Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Mithrian, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, The Gata Family, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Beef Not Cheese, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Adam, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.